Hey everybody, welcome to Geekoholics Anonymous, episode 185. I'm your host Rico, here with my co-host.
Oh, Dane Cody, that's me. Are we starting the show yet?
Yeah, Mr. Dane Cody.
What's up? That's me.
It's like, hey, we're recording a show. Welcome.
Is that what we do every week? I thought we were just hanging out.
You're hanging out.
With my cock out. You just can't see it. It's below the camera.
It's below the webcam, thank God.
Yeah.
We get together once a week, talk about video games, TV, movies, and or whatever the hell we like. Aside from Dane's thingamajang.
Stuff.
Mostly video games. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Though this isn't a radio station, so that's not really possible. I guess thanks for subscribing or accidentally clicking subscribe. Or however the heck you found us.
Either way, we appreciate it.
Yeah, welcome. We usually start the show with some BS, which we're knee-deep in. Get into our What You Been Playing section, some news and stuff, our public service announcements, and Free for All section.
Free for all. Free for all.
Don't think I really... Pretty uneventful weekend here. I had one day off. I worked on the weekend. The weather's been terrible. I grinded way too much Destiny 2 than I should have.
That sounds about right.
Movies.
Wow.
Played a decent amount of new video games. But yeah, pretty standard. Nothing amazing to report.
I had my wife's works like Christmas party thing on Friday night, so no video games were played there. Some good food was eaten. That's about it.
Nice. Food is good.
I feel like
Dane?
Something happened on Saturday. What did I do? I did not play video games. Like, I played a little bit of video games on Saturday, but I feel like I didn't.
I was going to say you put in your video card, but you didn't have it yet.
I didn't get... I mean, we can just skip right there. I've been playing with my new fucking video card.
Dane, what have you been playing?
Yeah. I finally bit the bullet. Picked up the last piece of my puzzle, which was, anybody who's new to the show, it's been a ongoing PC build that I started putting together, back in May of this year, I want to say. And I had finished 99% of the build, but with video card prices being where they were, I just could not justify spending that kind of money on 2-year-old video cards and stuff like that. So I was holding off.
We were still coming off the Bitcoin mining high, so everything was a little ridiculous.
Yeah, and then this fall, that finally stopped, and then NVIDIA released their new cards, and they were like way the hell off in the stratosphere, and like price wise, and yeah, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. So I was looking to get somewhere in the realm of like a 1080 in performance wise. That's what I was hoping for, and I almost found there's a few deals on... So leading up to Black Friday, I was hoping that maybe there was going to be some sweet deals on like 1080s. But what ended up happening was right around the time that NVIDIA dropped their new cards, the 2070, the 2080, and the 2080 Ti, up until that point, before they released those cards, the 1080 prices were starting to go way down. Like, they were actually below MSRP for the first time in like a year or more. And so I was kind of getting excited because I was thinking, like, man, these new cards are going to get released. The 1080s are going to get even cheaper. And then I'll probably be able to pick something up maybe in the fall. And so I was kind of holding off. And then it ended up that once the new cards got released, the prices on the 1080s actually started to go up again because people realized that they were better bang for the buck than the new cards. So that kind of sucks.
The 20 series has been kind of meh all around.
Yeah. So anyways, the 2070 is about as fast as the 1080, a little bit faster, but it was also like $150 more expensive than a 1080. So, anyways, long story short, I was not planning on buying a video card, but the Black Friday sale, the Cyber Monday deal, anyways, Newegg ended up having a AMD Vega 64 card on sale. It was just a regular, just a stock, like whatever the reference design essentially is. But they had it on for like $100 cheaper than, over $100 cheaper than the cheapest 1080 I could find. It was cheaper. It was actually almost $100 cheaper than any 1070 Ti's I could find. So essentially, it was down into like 1070 territory in price, and I was like, man, like that kind of slots in kind of right between like a 1080 and a 1080 Ti in performance. And I was like, you know what? The technology's a year newer. It's that card's been out for just a little over a year, and let's go. Let's do it. So, anyways,
not to mention, what do you get, like 50 free games with it?
Yeah, that's the other thing. So the deal was also, not only was it a great deal, I also managed to get Resident Evil 2 Remake that's coming out in January. I got that for free. I also got The Division 2 for free, and also Devil May Cry 5 for free as well. So it's like $200 worth of free games, and ta-da! So that also helps.
Yeah, no doubt.
So that's
especially
pretty sweet.
When you were guaranteed to buy one of those games, which is $80 right there.
Totally. At least.
Plus tax.
Yep. So that's pretty cool. So that, of course, unfortunately didn't come in until Monday, though. So I didn't get to like play all the games that I wanted to all the weekend with it. It was actually kind of hard because like I sat down a couple times to play games on my PC, and I'm like, no, I don't want to play games on my PC right now. I know I got a new card coming in on Monday. Like, So yeah, but the card did come in, installed beautifully, went right in. Old card came out, new card went in. Because it's an AMD card and an AMD card, I just rebooted the system, and the drivers didn't even need to reinstall them or anything. It was great.
Yeah, they do a unified driver thing like the NVIDIA cards, right?
Oh yeah, no, they have like much better drivers than they used to. That's for sure.
Are they still
actually really
Catalyst, or do they call it something different?
They are called, let me see here,
because they had like a whole app and suite before.
Oh yeah, no, they have a whole thing now. It's the whole ATI, AMD Radeon. What are they called now? It's the there's a fucking name for it. It's like the Crimson drivers or something like that. The Adrenaline Edition is what they're called.
So you're like full AMD CPU processor, man.
Yeah.
Now you got to go get a FreeSync monitor.
I know, right? I just kind of axed. I mean, obviously I went, Threadripper when I did, because it was such a great bang for the buck, and I couldn't really say no. And then this came up, and it really wasn't like something that I was like specifically like, oh, I'm going to go AMD this time or anything like that. It just turned out that was where kind of the best bang for the buck when I purchased my system was. So, who knows? Maybe next time I build a system, Intel will have figured their shit out, and they'll be a better, who knows? So
Intel's been sitting pretty on their laurels, kind of like NVIDIA, hence why AMD's like coming up so like aggressive, right?
Next year is going to be super interesting because Intel realizes that AMD poked the dragon, if you will, and Intel's now awake and going like, oh shit, we got to do something about this. So it wouldn't surprise me if next year, when they finally get their new 10 nanometer stuff sorted out, that's their Ice Lake processors and stuff like that.
Because they're losing out on cores now, right? And Hertz.
Oh yeah, not Hertz. They're still faster in Hertz. But they are definitely losing out in cores in a lot of situations.
Well, and that's the thing. More apps now take advantage of that. Back in the day, that was less relevant. But now games and apps are actually using all these extra cores.
Totally.
Or like or virtualization. Like, so many of these advanced apps are actually using these cores, whereas back in the day when you had a quad-core i7, it was really bragging rights because nothing used those third and fourth cores.
Well,
right?
And not only that, but the i7s all had hyperthreading. So you had 4 cores, but you actually had 8 threads, right? So you were... It was definitely overkill for a lot of games at the time, and now we're finally seeing... But that also had to do a lot with the fact that the new consoles came out. I mean, I say new loosely now because they're almost end of life, but at the beginning of this console cycle, that's when, the PS4 and the Xbox One came out with 8-core processors. And so really suddenly games were like, oh shit, we can we need to utilize these consoles, we need to push that stuff, right? So on the PC side, we're starting to see the same, because of all of that work that went in on it on the console side, that's all coming over on the PC side. So suddenly, games are actually taking advantage of multiple cores and things like that, right? And then mixed with DirectX 12, which has much better support for multiple cores and adding, things into the pipeline and being able to parallelize it a lot better. So all of those things have come together that having more cores is now actually useful.
Yeah, it is useful.
And not just that, it's on Sunday, I streamed some more Darksiders 3, and this time I set it up properly. But having, an 8-core processor with 16 threads, I can let my processor just deal with that shit, and I've got more than enough headroom to play games and stream, and no worry about dropped frames, no worry about bad frame rate. It's just the power is there, right? So
I was with the family, but I tuned in for a quick minute or two. I didn't say anything. I just looked at the video and I'm like, oh, that looks really good. Okay, see you later.
Yeah, I also increased the resolution on the video once I realized that I had the headroom to do so with the processor and stuff. So
besides putting in the new video card, you did some experimenting. Did you play anything a lot more or have anything to add? I know you have Darksiders on here, but
I played, with the new video card, you do the classic thing, you drop it in, you run a couple benchmarks, you make sure that your performance is where it should be when you buy a new video card. Because the last thing you want to do is buy the card, put it in, and then realize that something's wrong with it and you're not getting the proper performance that you should be. So I ran some benchmarks, everything looked good there. That was great. That was kind of Monday night. I didn't really get a chance to play with it too much on Monday night. And then Tuesday night is when I kind of got to really mess with it a bit and stretch its legs, and loaded up some Destiny 2 and cranked everything as high as it would go and watched the frame rate sit around 100 still, so that was fantastic. And also played some Darksiders 3 that night just to see how, if adding more horsepower under the hood would help kind of smooth that game out a bit. It kind of did. I think that just is unoptimized, unfortunately. I don't know. Maybe another patch will smooth it out, but I've got more than enough horsepower for that game, and it still has these kind of weird hitches every once in a while, and it's got nothing to do with hardware at this point. So
I played it on my Xbox, and because of the big patch and whatnot, and to be honest, I didn't notice any difference. Performance wise, it felt the same, didn't look any better. There was no noticeable difference. Right. So I was just eh. And then I was oh yeah. I'm I don't know if I could play more of this.
That fucking game, dude. It's got a hold of me in a weird way. When I started playing it, I was way harsher on it than you were when we started. And,
absolutely. To me, it seemed like you hated it.
And I didn't think I was gonna... I wasn't even sure if I was gonna play it again after the first time I played it. I was so...
You were
upset about it. And now I'm probably gonna finish that game. I don't know what it is. It's I hit this... I don't know if it's just something clicked for me, and the combat and the button combinations I kind of have moved past, I'm not sure if it's a mix of like the level design and stuff after that first initial shit show at the beginning of the game just gets a lot better, or what. Like, I will say they seem to get a lot better about realizing like, hey, fuckers, put the save point kind of near the boss, so if you die and you have to do the boss over again, you don't have to spend 20 minutes traipsing across a map to get there and do that. Like, it's a lot more. I think every other boss that I've fought since then has had a save point like right close to it, so it's like less than a 30-second run to the boss again after you die. So like all of that stuff has been super helpful. And I just wonder, like, if that game is a game that just has a terrible beginning. Like, I know it has a bad start. Like, the beginning of that game is garbage. But honestly, like, it's taken a hold of me in such a weird way. Like, I don't know if it's just... It's abused me so much that now I don't mind. Like, did it Stockholm me? Like, I don't know. But like, yeah. I played like I said on Sunday night I played and I streamed and I fought on stream. I played I beat 2 of the sins on stream, and so I played through like a little over 2.5 hours or something like that. So I'm like, I don't know, I gotta be more than halfway. I mean, I've killed 5 or so of the sins now, and there's only got to be a couple left.
There's 7, yeah.
Yeah. But like, I have all the powers now. Like, I've got all the like the different. I've got my electrical power. I've got a big like hammer thing that smashes through rocks. I've got. I just got like the last boss that I fought gives me this ability that allows me to like jump back and forth up like ice walls almost. And it's kind of cool when you run on water, or when you're in the water, it allows you that when you have that hollow equipped, it allows you to run on top of the water because it essentially like freezes the water, nice. Which is pretty cool. So if you use the other ability, you sink into the water and you can run along the bottom. And then the other 2 abilities, you just can swim. So it's like, and you don't need to breathe. So, so it's like that kind of stuff is neat. But like, so yeah, so I essentially have all the abilities now. I've got the glaive that I can throw out, and it comes back like a giant boomerang.
You got to finish at this point now.
I know, and the crazy thing is that it's at a certain point I thought, I'm gonna hate finish this. I'm just gonna hate play it. Like,
you kind of enjoy finishing it.
But now, like it
ain't perfect, but it's good enough.
Yeah, there's something about it that's really kind of. I've come around to it, like it just
see.
And again, like, hey, to be totally fair, this game could do a total 180 on me, and the end of this game could be awful, and I could absolutely hate it. Who knows? That could totally happen because this is. Who knows with this game?
But I had the very opposite reaction when I played it again. I was just like, fondness does not make the heart grow stronger in this instance. So I was kind of like, you know what? I just have better stuff to play that I think I'm good.
Yeah. Like I said, it's like, I know that's totally what I thought I was going to be for me. And it's like, I don't know where you got to or whatever, but like for me, it seemed like after
I got the second power, I beat Wraith.
Wrath.
I'm working my way out of hell, and I have the flame hollow power.
See, straight up, that was some of the worst level design. That was some of the worst levels in that game. Was that section you're in right now? That was the section
worse than the start.
Yes, that was the section that almost made me quit. Like I was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to keep playing the game, but after I got past that section, that's where I've started to really like it. That's where like I've really kind of picked up on it and like sort of, I don't know. Like I said, maybe that's it. Just
it's not saying I won't come back, but right now I have better stuff to play right now, so. It's just moved to the back of the lineup.
You'll always have better things to play.
Oh, of course.
That's the thing, right? Like you'll stop at this point and like you will not go back to it.
There's new stuff that I'm actually engaged with playing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah,
moving along.
So I played that. I played a bunch more Assassin's Creed Odyssey because I'm trying to finish that game. I am blown away that you managed to do it in 65 hours because I'm at 70 plus
esports player.
I'm at 70 plus.
Are you even level 50 yet?
No.
What are you?
43.
Wow, I was like 49 last I played, and I'm almost 50.
That, yeah, no,
I want to go back to that game.
Like, we might have to take it offline, and I might have to ask. I'm kind of curious, like, where I've sort of hit in the story. I'm really curious how much more of the main story is there. Like, there's a part of me that feels like, oh, I can't be that much, like, there can't be that much more, but then who knows, maybe there is. Like,
I think you have to be like level 42 to beat the main story.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, one of the 3 stories. That's the thing, is like,
you
to beat one of the
right?
other stories, you gotta. Yeah, I did them all except I did the 2 except for the
got all the cultists.
Cult. I didn't finish the cult because you got to be, I think, level 50 to kill some of the high end cultists.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that, like, I still, every time I play that, I'm just like, I don't know how the fuck Rick did this in like 65 hours. Like,
I did it with the XP boost. That's how I did it.
I don't even know, like, how you would do it, even with the XP boost. Like, I'm not ever finding that I'm like under leveled or I'm having to level. Like, I'm just playing the game.
It just
like,
helps you fast forward. And
yeah,
I haven't done like every side quest. You were kind
of So I was at the beginning. Like, don't get me wrong, I was definitely doing that at the beginning. But I've since even stopped like a lot of the main diamond quests at this point.
You're probably close then, if you've like fine tuned your arrow a little bit. Or
I've definitely fine tuned my arrow a bit. I still do.
That doesn't make any sense.
I still do tend to get like sidetracked a bit.
Your
though.
trajectory. That's it.
That's sure. I trimmed my trajectory.
Sure.
Yeah. If you're flying an airplane, you got to trim it. You know.
Okay. Sounds good. I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's legit. That's some pilot shit right there, man.
Speaking of pilot shit, I was out near the waterfront today. Totally unrelated.
Oh, yeah.
And fighter jet. I don't know what kind it was.
CF-18. Hell yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No?
I know what those look like. I don't know what it was.
It's just like a snowbird, like a trainer plane?
No, it wasn't a snowbird. Like, it didn't look like an F-18. It didn't look like I don't know what it was. But it was a freaking fighter jet. 2 of them like took off from the airport, and man, you really know that there's one of those flying. They're like way louder than any commercial plane. Like, it's just like, what is that? And I just looked up, standing in the rain there, getting pissed on. Rain's blowing sideways on my face, and I'm like, man, that'd be way cooler to be up there than down here.
Yeah,
I was imagining, I was dreaming. You know, I was like, Ace Combat 7.
Yeah.
I'm like, what can I do to get in that plane? Like, can I just ask? Can I go for a ride?
Yeah, and then he'd be like, your body can't handle going for a ride.
My body's ready.
That's funny. So yeah, that's kind of what I got up to on the weekend. Man, you've got quite the list here.
Yeah, it's gonna be quick though.
Okay, let's go down this list. So,
well, if
what do you got at the top
looking
here?
If you were in our Discord, you probably saw some of the photos I posted. PlayStation so graciously provided me a nice Christmas gift, which I wasn't expecting at all. It just showed up.
Should have stole it from your ass.
Well, they sent me a nice present wrapped up PlayStation Classic, which is very nice of them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
They didn't send me shit.
The thought was really cool. The only thing that sucks is that it was a PlayStation Classic.
So you've actually had a chance to
the nostalgia.
Have you had a chance to play with it?
Yeah, it's just bad.
Really?
Those games just don't hold up.
I told you.
It's just like Nintendo better not release an N64 Classic.
No,
because they just don't hold up.
No, they don't age well.
Like Puzzle Fighter, Super Puzzle Fighter is awesome, except for the emulation of the classic is garbage.
Right.
Like, it looks terrible. The menus are okay at best.
Okay.
The best options are locked out. Speaking of which, like, you know, the PlayStation Classic apparently is really easy to hack. The guys are like loading games off a USB now. They're unlocking the built-in emulators features. Apparently, if you just plug in a keyboard in Hit Escape, you can get all the advanced features, but like I can't even be bothered. I just messed around with it for a little bit.
Right.
And I'm like, this thing looks like crap. I think my original PlayStation, going through my amplifier, getting upscaled, looks better than the classic.
I'm not surprised.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah. I mean, what's sad was that you were excited about this thing beforehand, though. Like,
no, I did cancel my pre-order, so it was pretty...
Okay, well, that's good.
It's kind of funny that Sony had gifted me one because I wasn't going to get one anymore.
Yeah. So. I mean, like we talked about before, that era was great, and I have the greatest nostalgia for that era, but I also know from experience that going back and trying to play any of those games, they look bad. Like, they look terrible, and they don't age good at all.
No. And I definitely don't have, like, the smile on my face like when I was playing my NES Classic even, or, of course, the Super Nintendo Classic, which I think is amazing.
Yeah.
I think because those games the Super Nintendo Classic is the one to get, in my opinion. Those games
that's the sweet spot for sure.
And then it's easy to mod and add more games. Not that I would do that or condone that activity.
Of course not.
But it's cool. I appreciate the gift. It's a neat little thing, but I don't know. Honestly, there are better ways to play classic games, and for less money, mind you.
Yeah,
and with analog support,
and like the better versions of all of those games.
So, I'm going to take this out of our news section right now because we're talking about the PlayStation Classic. So, like I said, it's been totally. Basically, it's getting ripped apart right now by the hackers, the same guys who did like the Super Nintendo and the NES Classic.
Right.
Apparently, like there's little to no security. The security keys are just on the device. The guys are just hackers are just kind of actually depressed or upset at how easy it is to hack, and it's just more proof in that like Sony really crapped out this product when it could have been a much better thing. Like, that's a sad story. Like,
wow.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't think that I didn't see any actual like here download this, and I think there's still hoops to jump through for the average person. But I'm sure these guys will package something up that'll make it super easy, quite quickly here. But I just don't think the interest is there, to be honest.
Yeah,
especially when there's so many better ways to run PlayStation games right now, whether it just be through emulation on your PC. Where the stuff looks awesome.
Like, it's a neat... Like, it looks cool or whatever.
Yeah, it looks cool. That's it. The controllers feel kind of... They're so light and just, like, flimsy.
Yeah, because that's what those controllers fucking felt like back then.
Yeah.
We didn't know any better at the time.
It's just a missed opportunity, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about Smash Brothers last. But I played Desert Child. It's an indie game like speeder bike racing on Switch. I think it's also coming out for all the consoles and available on PC as well.
Okay.
It's a really stylish looking pixely art looking game. You've probably seen it. It was in the Kind of Funny Games indie like showcase thing. I think it was highlighted in one of the E3 presentations.
Oh yeah. Interesting.
It's like the speeder bike level from Battletoads.
Yeah, I'm looking at the like screenshots. It's very is it? I don't even know if I want to say it's not 8-bit, but it's definitely not 16-bit either. Like, it's kind of
it's got an interesting pixely style.
Yeah.
And it's racing, boosting, shooting, collecting money, collecting items, racing against the other guy, shooting the other guy to slow him down, a little bit of back and forth.
Right.
It looks really cool. It just ain't for me.
No, that's fair.
Like, I got to, like, I don't know, you start on Earth, then you go to Mars. There's like there's some upgrading of your bike. There's different stuff you unlock as you get deeper into the game, but it just, none of it really hooked into me. I didn't care for the racing. I don't know if I just didn't know what was going on. it felt fine. I don't know. It's just not for me. It looks really cool, but I was just like, eh.
So what you're saying is you'd rather have a new Extreme G?
No, I never played that. It was all right. It just wasn't. I don't know.
It's just not your jam. That's fair.
No, it's not my jam. I also played Battle Princess Madelyn on Xbox.
How is that?
Code also provided as well. These games are provided me by the devs or publishers or PR or whatever. It's like a modern version of a Ghouls and Ghosts and Goblins kind of type game. Same
hard as
shooting,
hard as shit, or what?
It didn't seem very hard. I actually had to just stop playing because I just was like, okay, I'm good. See enough.
Because those Ghouls and Ghosts and shit,
like
those games are fucking hard.
It's also like a weird kind of like, it's 16-bit, but it's not 16-bit. It has like a weird art style as well as the pixely kind of graphics. I have a really
not even a love-hate relationship. I'm a little bit getting tired of the fact that everybody seems to be releasing these like old school style pixel art games.
Yeah, I think these are all games that have been in dev for a while, and
I get why it's happening because art is expensive, and like it's easier on one, and two, like people kind of have that nostalgia for it. But like, man, I see some of these games, like the new Shanti games and the new Monster Boy games and stuff, and they just have this gorgeous, super high resolution art, and I'm like, that's what I want my cool 2D platformer games to look like. Like I want that. I don't know, like again, like Dead Cells had that super pixely look to it, and like that's cool, and it works for the game or whatever, but I can't help but think like we have the power now. Why can't we anyways, it's like a little side rant, but like I'm getting a little bit tired of just the pixel art thing. Like it seems like every side scroller Metroidvania game that's coming out has like that kind of style. And it's like it's starting to kind of turn me off a little bit. Like I look at screenshots.
Overplayed now.
Yeah, I look at screenshots and I'm like, oh, yeah, another one of those.
It was nostalgic, but now it's just kind of like everyone's doing it. Yeah, it's kind of like it's like cell shading.
Yeah, hell,
pixel graphics is the new cell shading.
Fuck, bring back cell shading. I'd prefer it in a lot of ways because at least you can do high res cell shading that looks great.
Off your tangent of how these games are doing nothing for you. It's competent. If you're a Ghouls and Ghosts and Goblins, Super Ghouls and Ghosts kind of fan, you'll probably find something like there. They've added like there's equipment, there's different weapons, there's more depth than just those like arcade 2D like those were arcade games, right?
Yeah.
Stage-based arcade games. There's quests, there's mission givers, there's like.
So is this like a roguelike? Like when you died?
No, it's
like,
not. It's not a roguelike.
It's just a level based,
it's a straight up like world progression adventure. But it's basically like a Ghouls and Ghosts. You're chucking your weapons or whatnot, 2D.
Okay.
It's okay. I don't think I'll play more of it. It didn't hook me.
That's fair.
I played, like, I'm going to be honest, when I played Dead Cells, which is an amazing feeling looking combat type game.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's perfectly fine and good, but it's just like, games are so amazing now. It's just like, you got to be better than just good.
Yeah.
So like I didn't get hooked. I thought the story took a while to get rolling. So I was like, shut up! I just want to play the freaking game. It took forever before I got in the game, and then it was a slow start, and the music was like kind of meh. So, like, it's not bad. It's just not amazing. Like I don't know. Dead Cells. I played Dead Cells, and like instantly, I'm like, wow, this is awesome, and hooked and caught by the gameplay and the controls. And it's like I said, just being good and just serviceable now it's not enough.
Yep.
That doesn't mean you won't find something you like here for yourself, but moving along. Ashen came out on Game Pass. I think it also came out on PC as well. And of course, you can purchase it on Xbox if you don't have Game Pass. Ashen is a it's basically a kind of cool cell shaded looking Dark Souls.
That's Epic Store exclusive on PC, is it not?
Yes, I think so. I think that's right. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like it. I dig it. It's a Dark Souls, but with a really cool visual world, and the storytelling seems really neat. It's essentially like a cooperative game. You have an AI partner with you.
Okay.
And apparently it's kind of like Journey in that other people will like end up, I don't know how it works because I don't think I've gotten far enough, but apparently other people will jump in your game and control that AI.
Oh, really?
So once in a while it'll be a human and it won't be an AI.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got a lot of style, like, you know, for like aping the Dark Souls, like, you know, tough combat, enemies can kill you. It's very deliberate.
Yeah.
But it has a really cool visual art style, and the world seems kind of neat. And then there's like a whole town like upgrading mechanic, and I like it. I didn't play like tons.
Yeah.
But unlike these other things where it's like, it's good enough. I'm like, I want to play more of this.
It's got a really unique like visual look to it.
It looks really neat. Cool. So I'm playing on an Xbox. I got it through Game Pass. So if you've got Game Pass, you can check it out. There's another game on Game Pass I downloaded as well, that Mutant Year Zero or something like that.
I hear that game is hard as shit.
I want to check that out too. But
yeah,
that game's cool.
Huh. It's neat. I might actually download that and take a look.
I played Anthem, and that's all I can say about that. I was in the closed beta. There's an NDA. And yeah, that's about it. I played Anthem.
Cool.
I also played out Fallout 76 because they had a big patch and they added the 21 by 9. No way, no, they didn't. Oh my god.
So
that game hard locked on my computer twice, and that was the end of that. And it was a big FU to that game. I am really unlikely ever going to play that again. Not only was like the 21 by 9 support like garbage, it's not true 21 by 9 support. UI aspects are stretched. People at launch, without access to the source code, were able to make better 21.9 support than fucking Bethesda, who released the game, and it's been a month now. It's just embarrassing. This is just a joke now. This game is a joke. And you hardlock my computer twice? Are you kidding me? I played Anthem.
Did you make sure your drivers are up to date? I know they released some new NVIDIA drivers.
It doesn't matter. I've gone through Division betas, Anthem betas, freaking PUBG open early access, like countless games in years, and I have not had my computer hard lock, I think, once since I've had Windows 10, and then this game hard locks my computer twice. Like,
wow.
This is a joke. Like, just pull the plug, take it out back, shoot it in the fucking head, and give everyone their goddamn money back. It's just an embarrassment. This is frustrating. Like, you know, you don't have a lot of time, and then it's like, oh, rad, you hardlocked my computer. Now, did I lose files, or did you break something? Like, then you get into scary territory when shit like that starts happening, right? This is like, on a PC, it's really annoying. And it's just like, I don't know if I'm going to bother giving that game another chance. But I will give it a big FU right now. So,
well,
so that was very frustrating.
like, not to be that guy, but I still don't know why on earth you kept your pre-order after playing the beta. Like, it was
because I like Fallout.
Terrible.
I was giving it a freaking chance.
The beta was so bad. That's on you. That's so on you.
I know, but like, seriously, you think a month now, and these guys just keep screwing shit up left, right, and center. It's just a freaking joke.
Yeah.
It definitely makes me... I've lost like any and all enthusiasm I have for Starfield and whatever else bullshit that they're doing next, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
It's
Well,
just
you
the
know
same
what?
F and jank over and over that they've gotten passes on for so long. Everyone else seems to be able to update their engines and their worlds and their games and get better over time. And everyone just keeps giving Bethesda the pass. Oh, it's just Bethesda jank. Well, now it's just gotten to a point where it's just an F and joke. Like, it's not funny anymore. Like, get your shit together. Quit taking advantage of everyone.
Yep. I mean, this is all things I've been saying for
Moving
a long
along.
time.
Speaking of an awesome game, though, that did come out, which is freaking amazing. I got my Super Smash Brothers Ultimate on Switch. That game's fucking awesome.
Yeah, you liking it?
Yeah, it's amazing. The game is so good.
You unlock all the characters yet?
I've unlocked like maybe 15 characters.
Okay.
I haven't been doing the cheat method. So, it has like a bajillion modes. Classic mode, playing through classic mode, you unlock characters as you go through it. There's a trick where you can kill yourself, reload the whole app, and then it's kind of timer based. You unlock characters after so many times, but you trick the system by, killing the app, reloading it, and you'll unlock a new character every time you do that. But I don't want to do that. That's kind of lame.
Right.
I have not done that. I have been playing the World of Light mode, which is the story mode in quotations. Like, let's be honest.
Right.
The only fighting games that have story modes are the games made by NetherRealm, the Injustice series, and the Mortal Kombat series. Those guys make, hands down, the best fighting game stories, period. And it just blows me away that that Soul Calibur, Dead or Alive, Smash Brothers, Street Fighter, that none of these guys have like aped this or copied this. Like, it's just embarrassing that these guys' story modes have not caught up to NetherRealm. Like, back, is it like Mortal Kombat 9 where they started with the amazing story mode, or was it 10? Mortal Kombat 10. And then 2 Injustice games, and now we're going to talk about news Mortal Kombat 11, which I'm sure will continue that tradition. So, when did Mortal Kombat 10 come out? Years ago now. 5, 6 years ago, maybe? Maybe even longer? And none of these other franchises have caught up in story mode. Ugh. Anyway, back to the story.
You also forgot Tekken. New Tekken.
Oh, yeah, and
Tekken
Tekken
7 had a rad story, too.
Not as good as the Mortal Kombat's, but they're better than all the other ones.
You know what I mean, right? Like, at least they're trying. How's that?
They're definitely, they've upped their game, but no one has even come close to NetherRealm yet. Those guys just kill it in the fighting game story mode. Yeah. So anyway, World of Light story mode, quotations. It's basically a big map with a bunch of spots you go to. It's like a world map, like Super Mario World. And you go to a spot, and then there's a battle, and there's like random. I do like that it is like random, spirits which like modify the fight. So the objective, it's different objectives. Like, you have to kill this guy, you have to knock him off the stage. There's all kinds of different like handicaps or pluses and whatnot, which the fights are always different. It's just not random standard fights against all the different characters. Right. So there is variation, and there's like, little dungeons. You have to unlock stuff to open up progress to different parts of the map. So there's a lot of depth, but there's no cut scene. Like, that's what people are like kind of slagging it for, is that there's no cut scenes and stuff like the old Subspace Emissary mode, which people hold up really high in the past Smash Brothers series in terms of like a story mode. Right. But it's totally competent. Like, that stuff, to be honest, that stuff is just like, it's just dressing on the cake, right? It doesn't really affect the game at all. It's nice to have, but not necessary. Right. So I don't mind the World of Light mode, where people have been like, it's kind of meh. I think it's fine. I think it's cool. You can plot your progression. You can see on the map, oh, there's a character. If I, do these battles and work my way over there, I will unlock another character over there. Meanwhile, the whole time you're fighting, you're unlocking the spirits, which... the spirits just basically augment your character. They kind of have like the Fire Emblem weapon triangle, like red beats green, green beats blue, blue beats red, and then there's neutral, which doesn't matter. Right. And depending on what kind of spirit you have equipped, they belong to one of these 4 groups, and then they have support slots, and then in support slots you can equip different stuff. Like, you can start a match with an item, different items. You can start a match with being metal, so you can't get launched or smashed easily, or you can start a match with doing more damage or being immune to different negative effects on stages. Like, you'll fight on a stage, like I fought Pikachu on a stage where the ground was electrified.
Okay.
So there's little platforms that were not electrified, but the main stage's ground was electrified.
Right, okay.
Well, of course, Pikachu is electric, so he wasn't bothered by it. But for you can't hit the ground, otherwise you take a bunch of damage, and it makes the fight very difficult. Oh, hey, look at this. I have electricity immune to electric damage.
Right.
Electric floor damage, specifically support spirit that I equip. Oh, now this fight's just like any other normal fight. Whereas the first time I got there, it's like, oh, I got to stay off there and lure him up here.
Right, okay.
But yeah, it looks amazing. There's just so much love with like just the stage details, like all the music. Even all the spirits are like very nostalgic, and like from all the different games, or like from the characters' games. Like there's some really left field characters that you like spirits you unlock. It's such
there's
homage to
400 characters in it, so I mean they gotta do
there's
something.
There's such an homage paid to all the characters in this game and their games and their series and their history. It's, I don't know, it's so.
I mean, they seem like they love it, like what they're doing,
God.
Right, and what they're building with that game at least.
And it's classic Nintendo. The polish is like through the roof,
right?
Like I said, I like this mode because I just want to keep playing more, and I'm unlocking stuff. Like I think I've put like, I don't know, I got my Switch here, 7 or 8 hours into this story mode, and like I've only unlocked, like I said, like maybe 10 or 15 characters, and there's like 70 something characters.
I thought there was like 80, but yeah, there's a lot of characters.
There's 70 something, and then there's like variants. So like, I guess if you really want to break it, like Daisy and Peach. They're the same, but different, right?
Gotcha.
But the polish is I love the Smash games, and I hate the Smash games. Like they're a platform fighter, but they're not a platformer.
They're a game that I want to like a lot more, but I feel like seeing as I play predominantly single player and I'm not playing multiplayer very much, like that is kind of where I feel like it.
Well, that's why I like the World of Light. It gives me a lot to do, and because I only like playing multiplayer locally when like Teacup and his buddies used to play, and the last Smash on Wii U we played a lot of,
right?
And that's a blast. And of course, this has obviously I believe it has 8-player support like the Wii U one. And it looks amazing. The music's awesome, and the stages are awesome. But again, it's Smash Brothers, so you know what you're getting. If you haven't liked one of the last 5 or 6 versions of Smash, I can't remember how many there are now. I don't think they've really done anything to attract you. If you didn't already like this series.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what it is. Like I'm on the fence. There's a part of me that really wants to pick this up because I haven't played anything on my Switch for a while. Well, that's not entirely true. I played a ton of Starlink on there. But you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, I don't know. Maybe my wife would like it. I don't know if she would or not. She really liked Towerfall. I'm pretty shitty at Smash, so, I mean, she might enjoy playing.
Like, right now, like, I've been playing tons of Marth because I haven't unlocked any characters I really like. Like I've unlocked a few characters, but like I don't care for Jigglypuff. And
there's a lot of people saying "fuck Jigglypuff"
and Donkey Kong and Pikachu. Like they're fine, but they're not like I gotta get the Castlevania guys, man.
Right.
I know those guys will be up my alley, but I haven't unlocked them yet. But it makes me want to play. Like I just want to keep playing. Like, and it's so easy to jump in and jump out because the stages are pretty quick.
Yeah, fairly short, right?
I will say one thing about the World of Light is I think they need to do an update and like update the blips on the map to indicate this is a hard challenge versus a normal challenge.
No.
Because there's a different icon for when you'll unlock a character if you beat a stage.
Gotcha.
But besides the numbers that represent the strength of the spirit of the character you're going up against, there's really no indication how difficult a level is going to be. So it's like you're going along, cakewalk, 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 and then it's like I've been trying to beat this one stage for an hour.
Right.
And it's just because I'm being persistent. It's higher level. I probably should move on, to be honest.
Right.
Because it is such a high power level. But I have beaten the high power level once and like easily. So I'm just being stubborn. But it's like, this is a tough stage. And I feel like it should, sometimes it just ramps up in difficulty like crazy. And I feel like they need to do a better job of like indicating that.
Yeah, that can be really frustrating when you're not, I don't know. And like, I feel like it's sloppy game design when they do that, though. Like,
yeah,
you know, like
they give you all the hints, the numbers right there. It's like the spirit level I'm trying to take on is 13,000. My highest spirit is 6,000.
Okay, so yeah, at least they're giving you an indication.
Like, there is an indication that it is harder, but like not until you actually go into the blip on the stage, right?
Oh, okay.
Like so, and at that point you can change your character, you can change your spirit loadout. Like, or you can back out and go to another blip because it's like a Pac-Man maze, right? There's multiple paths. It's not linear.
Yeah,
it's like it's overlapping. There's undergrounds. There's different systems. There's elevators. There's teleporters. The map is huge, and like I think I've uncovered a huge area of it. But then there's a whole underworld apparently that I haven't even really seen. And like I said, I've unlocked so few characters, and I believe I think you can unlock all the characters through this mode. So. Right. I imagine there's like a lot more that I haven't even seen or discovered.
Interesting.
And I don't know, it's solid. It controls good. It looks fantastic. I really like it. Like, I really, really like it. That's like all I've been playing basically since I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've been playing some stupid Destiny too.
Yeah, we both played some Destiny.
I will say that there has been more story content that opens up at classic Destiny style. It's all recycled areas with something new they planted in. Right. And yeah, it is just, it's definitely, and the whole expansion is just end level grinding. Yeah. I'm 622 now. I just found the second forge. And yeah, it's just nice. It's just grind fest. Oh, they had this week in Destiny. Boo boo boo, snuck it in, suckers. Woo woo woo. The Christmas event is going on right now.
Yeah.
Which is like some new ghosts, new ships, new shaders, new this and that. You get a new
make some shit.
There's a new sparrow which looks kind of like a Christmas sleigh. You're baking gifts, cookies for all the people in the tower, and then you randomly get loot, whether it's blues or legendary. It's random. You just get ingredients. It's kind of neat. Like, the whole thing is, as you kill enemies, different enemies drop different ingredient types, and how you kill them is different ingredient types as well, and just doing events in the game. So you combine one type of ingredient with another. Like, basically, you get ingredients from enemies that you combine with ingredients that are created by how you kill them, depending on damage type, gun type, melee, the different damage types, void, fire, or solar, and so forth. Right. And then, of course, there's the dawning essence, which is like the third ingredient, which is just what you get from doing events and stuff, right? Okay. And then you make a cookie, and you give the cookie to Shax, and he gives you a loot box, and it's kind of fun. And then there's a big quest line that you have to unlock.
Get your cookies out, man.
As you make more treats, you unlock new features for the sled, or new perks for the sled. And then there's powerful engram rewards and whatnot. Yeah, it's all right. It's a neat event.
It's Destiny, which is great because the shooting is good, and I've got a long way to go because I'm only like level 520 now.
So you can do the Christmas,
lots of stuff.
You can do the Christmas stuff.
Totally.
They have ramped up the power progression for anyone below 600, which is a plus. But yeah, Super Grindor.
Oh yeah.
I want to do that. There, let's not forget there is a new raid. Apparently, it's super easy. I do want to do the new raid. Apparently, it's not a long crazy raid. So,
right,
Dane.
Yo.
With that, I'm going to say let's get into the news. News. So, after we recorded last week, the Game Awards happened.
Mm-hmm.
So these are all the big announcements from the Game Awards. Thank you to Kotaku for this story, putting them all in one nice place. Did you watch the Game Awards?
So I didn't get to watch them live because I didn't even get off work that night till...
Yeah, you had a long day.
I got home and they were over. How's that?
Yeah.
and they were a long ass Game Awards. I did watch them on the weekend. I did sit down and watch through it on Twitch. So I did, I did see them. So
I watched them live, as I have the last few years, on my cell phone while doing dinner and hanging out with the family and, dealing with chasing a kid around. So kind of watched it with one eye while I was still present with the other eye. They're fine. Same as last year, and maybe the production value is better. I don't know. It seemed a pretty tight show.
Yeah.
I'd say, I don't know. I like it. I think it's a great show. There's definitely less cringe this year than the last few years. I think he's getting better at identifying the stuff that people don't like, or people like us don't like.
Yeah.
At the same time, making it something that everyone can watch.
My one complaint, I think, is that they call it the Game Awards, and it's got to be hard. Like to be totally fair,
2 awards.
Yeah, it's that is literally so. Like at one point they presented an award or two, and then he stood there, and he presented like 4. Like back to back really quick. Like
congratulations
to this person for winning this. Congratulations for this for winning that.
Yeah.
Congratulations for this for winning that. And it's like, okay, and now check out this cool trailer that we just
world premiere.
I do think that I don't know, like maybe a little less of the new trailer crap and more of the actual I don't know, it's got to be hard.
Tricky thing, because if you do awards, then you get awkward people on stage with boring things that people hate to listen, and that's what people hate about other award shows.
Yeah,
so people come here for the trailers and the reveals. Let's be honest, and he knows that.
I get that.
But you also got to have the awards to attract the big names in the industry to want to come to your show, right?
Yeah.
If it was just a trailer show, there's no reason to get a bunch of people in an arena. Right. You just make a 3-hour Nintendo Direct.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
But I get it. It should be the Game Awards plus esports, trending gamer, streamer stuff, crap. And then here's some awards and some more trailers.
Yeah.
The show.
I don't know. That was kind of my only... I think they did a way better job of the music this year.
Oh, yeah. With the orchestra and stuff.
The orchestras and the various things I felt were a lot more on point than some random rapper that they chose.
No, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think there should be any live music. I think the orchestra and video game music is perfect.
No, I thought they did a great job with that.
Pays homage to what we're here for, is video game stuff. They had the celebrities presenting awards, and that's it. Not overstaying their welcome. They were all great,
Yeah.
It's awesome to see them excited and happy about games they like winning stuff, not just awkward, here's a celebrity for the sake of having a stupid celebrity host, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I will say, I don't know, there's some categories and stuff that they could probably do without, I don't know. But yeah, I liked it overall. And
yeah, no, it was a good show. I liked it.
There's some decent news. Marvel Ultimate Alliance is coming out.
3.
Yeah, on Switch, exclusive by Team Ninja, published by Nintendo. That was a little bit
random as all hell.
A little bit of a surprise.
Especially seeing as the first 2 were Activision games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, weird. I don't know how
I'd never
think
played
this
the Ultimate
looks.
Alliance
See,
game,
I played. I played the shit out of the first one. I don't remember why I didn't end up getting this, or was it the second one that I got? Anyways, I played the crap out of one of them. It was the second one, sorry. Great game. Like, essentially a Diablo game with Marvel characters. It was awesome.
But then they went and made a good Marvel Diablo game on PC, and then
the game was so great. I miss it every day.
And they killed it, so it's kind of weird, but
they didn't kill it. It was doing okay. It was fucking Marvel killed it. Like, they didn't want to renew the IP and stuff. Anyways, kind of a strange move. I feel like being Switch exclusive. Looks a little rough around the edges personally, but I think that's just the lack of power in the Switch. So
that was a cool announcement, nonetheless.
It was definitely a surprise. I didn't see it coming. I don't think anybody did, which is kind of cool. So.
New Far Cry was revealed. He was teased before the show.
Far Cry New Dawn.
Looks like wannabe Rage.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's
Far Cry.
I mean, we kind of mentioned, we talked about this a little bit before the show, just the two of us. But like, it kind of looks like they took Far Cry 5 and, this is supposed to sort of happen after the events at the end of Far Cry 5. And they kind of took that same map and they reskinned it and they added some different weapons and kind of put in some NPCs. Like,
put a new coat of paint on it.
Yeah, that's kind of what this looks like.
Least excited I have ever been for a Far Cry game. I don't know. I enjoyed my time with Far Cry 5, but I don't know. I almost kind of feel like that series needs to go away for a bit.
I have no desire to go back to it.
This comes out in February.
Yeah. For me, it's just like Far Cry 5 wasn't great. And like when it ended, I was kind of done with it. I don't know. Maybe it'll be fun though. Maybe it'll be a better, like, I mean, if there was one thing Far Cry 5 was good at, it was a fun chaos sandbox. So I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll be fun for that.
Yeah, the aesthetic just does nothing for me.
Yeah,
that kind of like, it's neon Mad Max is what I get from it, and I'm just like, I just kind of don't care.
Yeah.
Hades, Supergiant's new game, early access on the Epic Store exclusively.
I feel like we got to, like, before we even get into all of this, I feel like we got to touch on the fact that, like, Epic announced that their games store is now going to be essentially taking on Steam. I feel like we touched on this. But at the Game Awards, there was a ton of stuff that came out that was like exclusive on the Epic Games Store, and they're pushing hard.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
Is not unexpected.
No, I just kind of didn't see them like swinging quite so hard. So, but man, they're going for it. So, anyways, sorry.
Hades from Supergiant. It looks interesting. Seems to be like a Diablo-esque roguelike.
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
Bastion was perspective, great. Like Bastion and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Out on early access, from what I'm hearing, it doesn't seem like very early access. Like, that game seems pretty polished for what it is. So, kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks neat. That's cool. It's a cool surprise. Like, and here it is. It's out now.
Totally.
And like you said, Epic's Game Store, like, exclusive. There's a new Anthem trailer. Crash Team Racing is remaster.
That looks awesome.
Remake, I should say, not remaster, is coming next year. PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. That looked really cool, actually.
That looks so good. I loved Crash Team Racing on the PlayStation.
Outer Worlds, new game from Obsidian. This being available on everything, so this is something that was like prior to the buyout by Microsoft, so this isn't like an Xbox exclusive. This looks pretty rad. It kind of looks like
Fallout in
like
space,
a Fallout / BioShock in space, and it's
with a bit of a lighter attitude, though. I feel like
it's developed,
in a good way,
by the guys who did Fallout New Vegas. And like the original Fallout guys, so
hey man, if they can get the shooting good in it, I'll be real happy.
It looks really cool.
That was one of the more That game
I think
was
that was
definitely
one of the
something
best.
I was. Yeah.
That was one of the best looking reveals in my 2019.
You think so? You think it'll come out in 2019?
That's what it says. It's set to release in 2019. This has already been in dev for a while, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Hello Games is making a little Hello Games short. The Last Campfire was revealed. I don't know, it looked interesting. PUBG has got a new winter map that they revealed at the event.
Yep.
Studio Wildcard, the guys who make Ark, is announced a new MMO survival game, Pirates, Dragons, map 12,000 times the size of Ark. It's called Atlas. That comes to Xbox next year. We got the Ashen launch trailer, and then it's like, hey, it's on Game Pass now.
Did you catch whether or not Ark is even out of early access yet?
Oh yeah, Ark's done.
Yeah?
It's been out of early access for a while now.
Okay, because I remember
it did just come out on Switch, and apparently it's pretty bad on Switch. But
I'm not surprised. That game needs some power, and the Switch doesn't have a lot of that.
Yeah. There was a Dragon Age teaser, and that's all it was really a teaser trailer. So
new Dragon Age game, which we kind of all knew was coming. I mean, really?
No, it was pretty obvious. This is a new Stranger Things game based on Stranger Things Season 3. It's 16-bit looking ass game. Yeah, whatever. Mortal Kombat 11 had a announcement trailer. That looks pretty freaking awesome.
And holy shit, is that ever brutal.
It was so gory. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is
one of the goriest things I think I've ever seen.
Don't get me wrong. Mortal Kombat is not for the faint of heart. But it's literally this whole cutscene battle was literally a non-stop fatality. The two characters brutalized each other. Raiden and Scorpion brutalized each other continually through this trailer. It's gore-filled and violent. I was like, oh yeah, this is online, so it's okay, but this would have never flown on television whatsoever.
Yeah, apparently we're going to be getting some more details on that on January 17th. They've got more of a special thing happening, so
that's coming out in April. They announced the date as well, which is cool. I like this reveal, and it's going to be out soon. That's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty excited for that. I don't know. The last Mortal Kombat was fantastic. Like I said, and the Injustice games have been fantastic. NetherRealm just killed it. I don't know. Honestly, back in the day, Street Fighter, to me, in the arcade days, was the superior technical fighting game.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat was the cool, gimmicky fighting game.
Yeah,
and
totally.
to be honest, with age, Mortal Kombat has gotten so much more technical, and then just visually looks amazing. And it's just, plus it still has that fun, and the violence is over the top and crazy.
Yep.
But the games have gotten good. The violence isn't just, it's a gimmick, not a gimmick. The game is still a good, solid fighting game. So, I don't know, I'm pretty excited for 11. Especially, I really liked 10. We played that here a lot when the boys used to get together, when our old gamer night, when everyone used to come here every week. I'm looking forward to that. That was a pretty exciting announcement.
Yeah.
There was some Fortnite shit announced, whatever. Smash Brothers Ultimate teased their first character reveal. It's Joker from Persona 5, which is pretty freaking amazing.
So the only first DLC character
for the
reveal,
Fighters
right?
Pass.
Okay, so yeah.
They're 5 characters and stages and music. That's their whole Fighter Pass thing I guess it'll be over the next year. Mm-hmm. And if this is the quality of the characters they're going to be releasing, that's pretty freaking rad. I did not see that coming. The one disappointing thing I would say about this tease was that, oh my god, Persona 5 is coming to Switch. They're finally announcing it. And then it's it was awesome news, but also disappointing news. Come on, just announce freaking Persona 5 Golden for Switch. God damn it already, okay? We know it's coming.
You think so?
Oh, it has to. That game can run on Switch. Game's not that demanding.
All right.
It's Persona 4 Golden did wonders for that franchise on Vita.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a bajillion seller, Atlas. It's coming. It absolutely is coming. I'm just surprised it hasn't been announced yet. That's probably going to be a Nintendo E3 this year thing, and coming out by the end of the year. Because what is it? Persona 5 is Persona 5's been out for longer than a year now, hasn't it?
Yeah. Persona 5 came out in 2017.
Yeah, so it's
came out last year.
It's going to be coming on 2 years next year.
Yeah,
it's coming to Switch. I just don't know when. And then there was like other random shit. But those are the biggest announcements. There were some other new trailers, but overall it was a good show.
Little side note, just because we played it. Dauntless is coming to consoles in 2019.
It's coming to consoles, yeah.
And they just got a new PC update called Frostfall, which adds a new beast, as well as like a whole bunch of like snow levels and some other stuff. So, and then just a little side note, because that's a fun, free Monster Hunter light game.
Speaking of the awards show, maybe we talk about some awards.
Right. That was the thing that happened too. Wasn't
God
it?
of War won Game of the Year.
Yes,
called
it did.
Just saying.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of other categories, but some of the other ones I want to talk about.
Red Dead won a bunch.
Red Dead cleaned up in a lot of stuff.
It got what? 4 or 5 awards?
At the rate it was going, I'm like, I think Red Dead might win Game of the Year, but I'm like, it doesn't deserve it. Like, God of War deserves it. God of War is hands down my Game of the Year still to this. Like, Spider-Man was this year's Horizon, like, amazing game, but it unfortunately came out the same year as God of War and Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
Any other year, Spider-Man would have cleaned up. I'm looking for the winners of the best voice acting or video game performance. That's it.
I also called that. Red Dead.
I called that. I said Arthur Morgan was the best character out of all of them. As good as as Christopher Judge's Kratos, and Kratos being such a good game. Arthur he's a real character. Like I've only gotten to chapter 3 and I love him like even more so than like Cassandra, and I love Cassandra.
Cassandra's awesome. Yeah.
But like Arthur's performance and character is fucking fantastic. And that being said, like Yuri as Peter Parker and Spider-Man, amazing. Cassandra, Melisanthe as Cassandra, amazing. Christopher Judge as Kratos, amazing. Roger Clark as Arthur Morgan, oh my god, he's just on another level. Like and all those other ones are excellent. Like I don't mean to talk bad about like Brian Decker as Connery. He's just fine. Like it's a video game performance, but yeah. All the other ones are like on another level. And then Roger Clark, that character of Arthur Morgan, I don't know. It's just such an amazing performance because it's not a performance. It's like a real person. That's the difference. The other ones are all acting and voice acting. I just feel like Arthur Morgan is like a real person.
Well, he won. So, I mean,
yeah. Like, and that's justified. A performance. He's not acting. You know what I mean? Like, he's not overacting. He's not over dramatizing lines or pronunciations of stuff. You know what I mean? It's just like this is just a real human being character that has been brought to life. And anyway, I just want to say I called that too.
Okay.
And then there's a bunch of other ones.
I still don't agree with it, but that's fine.
We got a list in the show notes.
I do want to also point out best action adventure game, God of War.
Did you watch the esports winner?
I did.
Well,
Sonic
you
Fox
did. Obviously, you watched it, so you saw.
Yeah.
This Sonic Fox guy. Oh my god, that was so freaking hilarious.
He's something else, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was quite the. If you haven't seen it, this Dominique McLean, he's known as Sonic Fox. And what does he play? He's in the fighting game scene. It's not Smash. Is it like Dragon Ball? Or is it?
I can't remember, to be totally honest.
Anyway,
with you.
he's been tearing up the scene in whatever game he plays. I don't know what he plays, but he's quite a character. He's gay. He's a furry, and he's also black.
Yep.
And he's hilarious. And he literally stole the show with his
Mortal
award
Kombat
acceptance. Is it Mortal Kombat?
He played Mortal Kombat up until 2016.
He's playing something else. He's been killing whatever circuit he's on right now.
He competed in the Dragon Ball Fighter Z World Tournament. Looks like he placed third in the Injustice 2 tournament as well. And he just took the Evo crown for Soul Calibur 4 or 6, sorry. So
yeah, so he's just killing it right now in the fighting game scene.
Yeah,
and he's pretty cool character, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a link if you want to see all the winners in our show notes. Counter-Strike Global Offensive gets Battle Royale mode and goes free to play. I have not had a chance to check this out. I will say the game has been gotten review bombed apparently by all of its fans that are upset with the fact that it's gone free to play.
I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner, to be honest with you. The free to play thing, I mean.
I want to know what this freaking Battle Royale mode is like.
So, hold on. So they're going to be doing a bit of a thing here with, they're launching this as a free to play edition of the game. Although that version only permitted players to go up to against bots, blah, blah, blah. According to Valve, all players that purchased the game prior to the update will see their accounts upgraded to Prime status, which usually costs $15 for free. Prime status players are matched with others and are eligible for the Prime exclusive Danger Zone, Souvenir, MP5, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, and it looks like...
Oh, so it's 16 players.
Yeah, it's not...
10-minute match. So it's not like crazy Battle Royale, but it is more than the... What is CSGO normally? What, 4-on-4 or 5-on-5?
5-on-5.
I haven't played Counter-Strike in ever.
Yeah, like this, I don't really... Like, it's... I mean, I guess it's just Counter-Strike with a bigger map with more players, but it just... I don't know.
They want to sell more gun skins. I'm sure they've already made $1 billion.
Huh.
Monster Hunter World announced that they have a huge expansion coming next autumn, 2019.
Yep.
And that I believe the really big news is that
Iceborne.
Is that I believe, I could be wrong, it's free?
I don't know, but I do know that Geralt from The Witcher
is
going to be coming as well, which is pretty rad.
And it's supposed to be a little more than the Ryu and like Aloy crossovers. Like, it's supposed to be a much more in-depth collaboration or character in the game than those like outfits or armors or skins that those guys had. It's
also $32 right now on PS4.
Yeah, apparently there's a trial as well. I want to get it on PC. When it's under $30 on PC, I will buy it again.
Oh, I was so close to buying it on PC the other day because it was more than 50% off, and I was like,
it was what, 40 something bucks?
It's like 39 or something. Well,
$30. Once it hits under 30 on PC, I'm gonna get it again.
I was really close
because I want to get more in depth with it, but I'm just like, I want to play.
I didn't pull the trigger. I did a Twitter poll, and the people spoke, and they said hell no, so I didn't buy it.
So I think, did we talk about this last week? Street Fighter 5 getting ads?
No.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Street Fighter 5 has implemented in-game ads. Not in the typical way you would expect with billboards and in just the stages and on the ground. They've literally put the ads on the characters' outfits. Their patches and stuff on their clothing. People are taking the piss out of them for it, and they're not too impressed. Apparently, it's been a pretty terrible implementation. And, of course, you can turn them off, but when enabled, you earn more fight money. Now, this is another thing that's pissed off the community, is that the fact that when you have the ads on, you just earn fight money at the rate of what the game launched at before they turned it into a terrible, like, cash grabbing grind. So,
it's like
Capcom
makes these great strides.
They did this awesome
forward.
Monster Hunter announcement, and then they two steps backwards with the Street Fighter V. Like,
it's like they cannot seem to figure out how the hell to unfuck Street Fighter V. It's like they get close, they release patches, and they this and that, and the story mode is here, and it's finally like talking to some people, and they're like, oh yeah, no, it's actually pretty good now, like it's worth playing, and then they go do something like this, and I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake,
yeah,
and it sucks because like I kind of wanted to buy Street Fighter V at this, but like
I have Street Fighter V. I like Street Fighter V,
but exactly. But then they go do this and fucking video games, man.
We were speaking about the Epic's game store earlier. I don't think they said this, or maybe it came out after the announcement. Apparently, they're going to be giving out 2 free games every month because, hey, why not? We're Epic and we're rolling in Fortnite money, so we can just give games away.
Cool. Looks like the first free game is Subnautica, which is going to be available from starting tomorrow when this goes live.
December 14th.
So when you hear this, Subnautica from the 14th to the 27th will be free, and then Super Meat Boy will be free from December 28th until January 10th. After that, we're not sure.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Subnautica is a rad game.
Yeah.
I recommend you download it. I have installed the Epic Game Store because I wanted
many
to...
stores giving away so many games.
So many, man. You don't even have to buy games anymore. You're just tripping over games left, right, and center.
I just need more time.
Yeah, I'm removing this because I don't. Do you want to talk about this?
I kind of do, actually.
Okay, then I'll leave it. Speaking of Epic, they kind of, I don't know if some people call it a bomb, but apparently yesterday, they announced that they were making their cross-platform tools available to all developers for free, for use with all platforms, engines, and stores. So Epic, continuing on the good guy train of giving devs more money and, trying to help the world be a better place. They just said, yeah, you know what? We're going to give you guys access to the tools that we've developed, to get Fortnite running on all systems, all playing with each other. Because, why the hell not? Because we make $1 bajillion and we could just do this because we want everyone to play together and be happy. So,
yeah,
that's kind of exciting. It's cool. Like, I'm sick and tired of... you've heard me, if you listen to this podcast over the last few years, you've heard me fret and go like, oh, I'm going to get on PS4 because this person's there. Or if all games supported crossplay and I could play any game with anyone on any other console, then I could just focus on, I want the best version of the game, not where the people are. So, for my shooters, I'll get them on PC, but I could play with my buddies on PS4 that can't afford to have a super high-end gaming PC. But I could still play with those buddies as opposed to being segregated and it's like not playing together. Or, I'm playing, my third-person console game, but with people on PlayStation or Xbox or, the other version, right? Like, I don't know. That's cool. Like, that is something that I would love to see. And then also one of those things
I think we're starting to see it, right? Like it's the beginning. Like I feel like we've kind of started hitting a tipping point.
Yeah,
we're not obviously seeing it storming the gates, and this isn't necessarily happening crazy right now. But I think that moving forward down the road, this is something that we're probably going to
be the norm.
Seeing. Yeah,
I hope it's a norm. And obviously
if you're a platform holder, though, like if you're Sony or you're Microsoft, though, like this is kind of scary, though, because Like, what do you like?
Yeah.
Like, say, take Sony for example.
Well,
or even Microsoft, like they both have a lot to lose in this situation because, like, if you go
Microsoft mainly.
Well, right now, sure, but like you said just now, I will buy wherever it's best to play on. So, like, that kind of means, like, whoever's got the more powerful console next generation, if they manage to go cross-platform, and most of the third-party games are all cross-platform, and there's only the, like, obviously the exclusives that are going to stay on the platforms, you know, Sony, like, I feel like in a lot of ways they're the ones, they've managed to pull a lot of people over from the Xbox 360 onto PlayStation 4s. But, like, if they can go everywhere, like, a lot of people, I feel like we're going to, you know, I could totally see them buying Xboxes again just because, well, I can play a lot of my games on Xbox now.
Yeah. What about
like
the PS5 and the, you know, like, we don't know. Like,
right.
But yeah, like, right now, in today's...
I love it. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm probably still going to buy both regardless because I'm a giant nerd and that's what I do. But it's interesting when I'm, like, if this is something that does happen... If I'm a platform holder, like, what is that going to look like for me? You know, like, if you've got the person
it's
who...
It's going to boil down to exclusives and power.
Because, like, right now, the single biggest reason that everybody moved to the PlayStation 4 this generation is because that's where everybody started going. So everybody started buying it.
It was the power bump at the start. Like, it was better performance.
It was cheaper, and it was faster. So everybody jumped on board. And then as soon as you had enough people that had jumped on board... then those were the friends, right? Those were like, well, hey, dude, buy a PS4 because that's where we're all playing now.
Yeah, so and that's where the crossplay kills that argument.
Right.
It's like, well, I have a shitty Xbox One, but I can play with you guys now, so I don't need to buy a PS4.
Right, unless you want to play God of War, unless you want to play Spider-Man, unless you want to play the exclusives, right?
Which is the one strength that I don't think anyone comes close to touching. Like, Sony has the exclusives without a doubt.
Yeah,
hands down, like 2-1, actually probably 3-1, or maybe even 4-1. Like,
well, especially this year, I think has been a very strong year
this
for
generation.
Sure. Yeah,
the Xbox exclusives have floundered in the Xbox One console cycle. Like, they aren't anywhere near where they were on 360.
I mean, a lot of that's their own fault, though. They like canceling games and getting rid of studios. Like, it was kind of a bizarre. Like, what are you doing?
You're trying to undo all of that.
Like, yeah, but no, like, but that's, you know,
that's interesting.
I'm really curious to see how it's all going to work out because, like, I just see it for one person, like I feel like for one of the main platform holders, it's going to work out really, really well for them. And I think for the other person, it's not going to work out great for them. Just inherently how it's going to work, right?
To be honest, like, do we really need 3 consoles? We don't. PC's never going to go away. But when it comes to consoles, like, in my opinion, I would love there to only be one console.
Nope. I absolutely disagree with you completely. 100% do not agree whatsoever.
Yeah,
you know
PC, why?
No. PC and console, they're not competitive. They're not competitors with one another.
No.
So now you've got a single console that rules the roost. They can charge whatever the fuck they want to charge. They can... all of that shit. It's just a monopoly. It's a terrible idea. You need at least 2 to keep the other guy honest. Because you know what happened? The PlayStation 3, Sony came out. They were all like, oh, we're high and mighty. You're going to have to get a third job to fucking buy our console because it's so awesome. And Microsoft's like, hey, guys, don't worry about it.
Who's to say Sony's going to be
we got our good shit. It's $100 less. It's going to play all the games as good or better than that guy. Don't even worry about it. And then what happened? PlayStation 4 came along. Xbox One came along. Microsoft's all like, oh, you're going to have to be connected and blah, 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 blah. And Sony's like, hey, guys, don't worry about it. You're just going to be able to play your games. We're going to do it. It's going to be $100 less than the other guy. Boom. Yeah. What happened? The other guys keep each other honest. You have to have at least 2. I would prefer to have a third. Like, if Nintendo was more competitive... that would be awesome because they would actually be able to keep each other in check.
Nintendo doesn't need to compete. They're in their own world.
They're fucking Nintendo. Yeah, I agree. But, like, But no, there absolutely has to be at least
Maybe
two.
they don't need different consoles. It's more like there's different consoles, but one platform, similar to PC. Even though the consoles are becoming more PC-like, that's how all this crossplay stuff is honestly possible, is because the consoles are more PC-like than they've ever been.
I think this is something that I've been thinking about. Ultimately, the only reason that the console stuff is cross-platform compatible is because most of those games you go through a third-party service. You have to sign into another account, which then is able to link the two consoles together, right? The two platforms together. And it kind of makes me wonder, like, how's that going to work, moving forward? Like, there's always kind of been that third-party service in the middle. How's that going to work moving forward? Who knows? We'll see. But sorry.
Like,
we got
always been the
competition
Wild West.
Is for the best. We
PC's
need competition.
Been the Wild West. I think consoles don't. I don't know. Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo all making games on one platform. I think that would be amazing for devs. There'd be a bigger install base. You'd have less studio failures because they wouldn't have to spread their resources around.
Dude, we already have that. It's called a PC.
I know, but like if it existed on the console side, without the different pockets and facets, one console future.
Yeah, but then, like, what's the point in Sony or Micro? Like, the money that they make is in the licensing. It's in the selling of the...
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Like, at that point, if it was going to get to that point, one of them would just leave because it just doesn't make sense anymore. So, anyways.
Never know.
Moving on.
Blizzard announced today that they're scaling down Heroes of the Storm development.
I feel like this is the first nail in the coffin, in all honesty. Like, reading this story, like, I was okay with most of the story until I got to the point where they said that they are canceling their Heroes esports, which includes the Heroes of the Storm Global Championships and Heroes of the Dorm. I feel like as soon as you start doing stuff like that and you're no longer legitimizing it as an actual esport, there's no more money in it, and people are it's going to die on the vine. I just don't see it going anywhere after this, which is too bad because I really enjoy jumping into Heroes of the Storm and having a game or two. Like, I actually jumped in and on the weekend and played a few games just because it's an easy, out of all the, like, Dota, League, even Smite to an extent, it's so much more chill. Like, you can just kind of jump in, have a few matches. You don't feel super stressed out if you lose. It's not, you generally aren't having somebody like screaming at you that they want to murder your family. It's just kind of chill.
Yeah, I really liked it. So they're basically moving devs to other projects. The game's still going to go. They're still going to have events and characters and so forth, but it's basically just going to be there now.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying that they're still going to keep people on it, obviously, but it's interesting because I feel like I said, them moving away from the esports stuff, I feel
they
like
were announcing characters like crazy and adding tons of stuff like nonstop.
Yeah.
Clearly, they're just not getting the return that they feel that it's worth it for that amount of investment. So,
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. We already talked about how easy it is to hack the stupid PlayStation Classic. Xbox is kicking off their ID at Xbox Winter of Arcade. That was obviously Ashen was one of those titles.
Right.
Oh, I didn't link to the right story here. What the hell? Basically, my story did not link to the story. But below is part of the Winter of Arcade, which comes out, I believe, tomorrow? Yeah, the 14th, which we talked about last week.
Yeah.
So that's going to be... here we are. Here's the story. I found it. Maybe I could link the right story in our show notes. That would be a good idea.
Link to the right story.
Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. That's apparently already out. Mutant Year Zero, Subnautica, Ashen, Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek, Kingdom 2 Crowns, Desert Child, which I spoke about earlier, Below, and Donut County. And this is their Winter of Arcade, runs in the United States, United Kingdom, France, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada from December 4th to December 21st. Are these games also all Game Pass as well? I don't think so. But Braid definitely is, which is pretty exciting because I was like going to have to buy that. Now I don't have to buy it because I got Game Pass. Boop, boop. I'm pretty excited to check that out. We will report back on that next week. You should play it too. You have Game Pass still. I know I gave you a bunch of months.
Yep.
So your mission is to try Below this weekend.
Okay.
So we can talk about it next week.
Okay.
So there's some quality titles in there. And like I said, I already played Ashen. That game is pretty rad. Public service announcements. There's a Devil May Cry 5 demo out now. I believe that was announced during the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm.
If not, maybe it was the day before. And that's exclusive to Xbox. So if you want to check out some Devil May Cry 5 action, you can check that out on Xbox now. There's a link in the show notes, which will have a link to
that game,
to the demo,
right?
And then Marvel Spider-Man's third DLC, Silver Lining, is out on the 21st.
I believe
December.
that's the last
Yeah.
piece of DLC for that story or whatever.
Well, yeah,
right?
I think for all the DLC, I believe, period.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Interesting.
That's the 21st. There's some new costumes. And yeah. Anyway, I should be getting... Sony has reached out to me and said that they were going to be sending me a code for that, but I don't think it's going to be available till next week for me to check out.
Fair enough.
And then...
they should send me a Spider-Man code, those bastards.
Yeah, I keep asking them, but it's like...
At this point, they're just like, nope, that ship sailed later.
It's like, I guess they just don't get any more after a certain allotment. Like, that's it. Which doesn't make... It's kind of weird to me. It just seems like you're Sony. Like, can't you just pull one out of thin air? But I guess that's not how it works.
I guess not.
And then this brings us to our free-for-all section.
Mm-hmm.
Did you check out the trailer for the new Avengers trailer?
Obviously.
Marvel Studios, Marvel's Avengers Endgame is the subtitle. Pretty depressing, not very exciting trailer compared to past Marvel franchise trailers.
I thought it was awesome.
It is awesome.
I absolutely loved it. I thought the tone was fucking amazing. I thought it was exactly what I needed. I was super happy because it's dark. It's like, it feels desperate. It's so good. Fucking so excited. It looks rad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it was a cool trailer. I'm pretty excited. That's April, isn't it?
The actual movie?
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure.
I think it's Captain Marvel's in March, and then this one's in April. Yeah, April 26th is when that comes out. And I believe Miss Marvel is in March.
Yeah, Miss Marvel is sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I think it's March because it introduces Captain Marvel, but it's also on a different timeline, so it doesn't spoil anything from Avengers.
Well, because it's her origin story, right?
Yeah, and then she's definitely gonna be in Endgame. Well, it was clearly teased in the post-credits scene of Infinity War.
Yeah.
Considering she got a page from Nick Fury as he melted away. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, Captain Marvel, when does that come out now? Hold on, now I gotta look.
Pretty sure it's March.
2019. That is March 8th.
Ding, ding, ding. I win. $50. You owe me $50. Actually, speaking of $50, freaking Best Buy randomly sent me a $50 gift card.
Sweet.
In my inbox. Like, hey, you're such an awesome customer. Here's a $50 gift card. I'm like, are you serious?
Seems all right.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
I know a friend of mine, apparently they did the Google Home Minis, and apparently they did a price error, and they were selling them for $20 earlier today.
Oh, Mini. I know they have the Chromecast for $20.
Yeah, no, apparently these were like the little Home Minis. He bought 2 of them. He's like, yeah, price error. Woo! It's like, well,
I love the Home Mini. I have like way too many in my house.
Yeah, no. My wife
did I talk about my smart display?
Your smart display?
Yeah, I got a Lenovo smart display. It's like a Google Home with a screen.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a while ago now. This is, what, a month or 2 ago?
I've had it for like a few weeks now, yeah. I can't remember if I talked about it on the show.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about it.
Anyway, that thing's rad.
Fair enough.
I really like it. Dane.
Yo.
I think we have a podcast episode 185.
Boop, boop.
In the gigabits and in your ear holes.
Hells yeah.
You can follow me on Twitter at Rick F, no K, RICF.
You can always come bug me on Twitter at Dane Cody.
Nah, you won't bug him. Dane's doing his victory dance right now. If we had video.
Speaking of video, I need to bug Rick, and we need to figure out our video recording so you guys can watch live.
What are you using? Streamlabs? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Streamlabs.
It gives you like the presentations and stuff and overlays and bullshit.
Hell yeah.
Maybe during the holiday. I've got 12 days off. I think I said that last holiday.
Probably.
Maybe the holiday before that.
You know what's going to happen? We're going to do the same thing we did when we decided to record a podcast, and that's just one day we're just going to fucking do it, and that's going to be that.
And then all 2 of you can watch.
That's up to them, man.
That's all that matters. Make sure to rate and review us on iTunes or Apple Podcasts. Share us with your friends. Download us on their devices without them knowing. Surprise them when they're like, what the hell is this crap? Obviously, when you share our show with your friends or like and review us, it gets us in the logarithms of the magic of the internet, which helps the show grow and discover new listeners. That's all we ask. We don't ask for much besides your patience and time listening to us, but I guess this is the one thing we also ask of you, which is much appreciated. Thank you for spending your time with us. And of course, like, subscribe, follow YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Geekoholics everywhere.
Yep.
And I don't think I have any other house cleaning, my friend. Do you, Dane, before we leave?
No, that's it. Go play some games.
Yeah. Get your smash on. Until next week, we are out.
Later, Smash Heads.
Peace.